Color correction in DaVinci Resolve is based on nodes. So what's nodes? What is the concept over here? Well, it's very easy. If you notice, you have a starting point and an end point here that you cannot move. And you have a line coming from the input towards a node and a line coming from the node towards the output. So actually, this is the input. It represents your clip as it came from the edit page. So if you have effects from the edit page, this clip here will have also the effects. Then it goes towards a node. Within a node, you can apply color correction or open effects, and then they will be rendered within this node, and there is an output to the final clip that you can see in your monitor over here. So a node is like a container. It will store all the color corrections you have done on this node, plus the visual effects you have added, and then it will render them and give you a certain output. As simple as this. Let's take a simple example, it will be clear. You know about OpenFX, okay? Let's take, for example, some very obvious one, the box blur. You can click on the box blur and drag it on the node. Now, you notice this node now has the icon here, OpenFX box blur. So in this node, there is a box blur applied. So you notice you have the input as it came from the edit page. Then within this node, there is an effect that has been rendered, and there is an outcome that you can see over here if the node is active. And that's all the concept. Is very easy. Now you can add several nodes. Don't worry, I'm going to add nodes and later on I will show you how. Let's add another 2 nodes, for example. From the graph, you can see there is an input, and the node here, it has an effect, but the second node, you have applied nothing. You can move them around, and the output is still the same as the previous one, and so on. Let's apply another effect. For example, a light rays. We work with this one and drop it over here. Now the second node has the effect light rays. So what's happening? From the source, the first node, you already applied the box blur. Second node, you compounded with the light rays. And third node, for example, let's take something that we know, JPEG damage. So now the graph goes like this. Initial, first effect, second effect, third effect, output. As simple as this. I will add another node now. Okay. And then do some color corrections. For example, I will play with the gain, whatever you like. I'll explain this to you. So now the graph goes like this. Initial, first effect, second effect, third effect, color correction, output. As simple as this. And you can play with them, decorate them, put them up and down, and the story is like this. This is the whole concept of nodes. In, out, in between nodes with some effects, and they pile up, and that's it. In the next lecture, we see how to work with nodes, remove them, add them, and stories like this. I'll see you then.